It's easy to fall into generalizations, labeling whole groups of people as careless, lazy, or unreachable. Here's a good example. As a mother of young adults who are hard workers, I've heard them talk about, and I've myself have heard people say things like, well, it's good to see a young person working. Young people don't want to work nowadays. Now, logically, we all know that there are people in every age group who don't want to work, just as there are people old and young who value hard work and determined to contribute and provide for their own future and for those around them. Generalizing entire people groups and generations is something, is sometimes, maybe it's just a habit, or you're surrounded by people who do that and it sort of becomes repetition, but it can also reveal a lack of care for those God has placed in your path. Our knee-jerk response, being one of criticism, shows a deficiency in us, not in the other person. It's easier to just assume we know what someone's made of or preconceive their story than it is to get to know them. In Matthew 9:36, when Jesus looked at the crowds, he didn't reduce them to stereotypes. Scripture says he was moved with compassion because he saw them as sheep without a shepherd. What if the person you're tempted to judge isn't a problem to avoid, but a soul that you're called to care for? What if your frustration is actually an opportunity to lead rather than label? You know, they may be the hardest worker you've ever met, or maybe they could use some guidance. But listen, if you're there to guide them, as soon as they realize you're someone who generalizes everyone in their family or their age group or everyone from their area, it's doubtful they'll turn to you for guidance. Criticism creates distance. So resolve to move with compassion instead, because sometimes the very people we write off are the ones God has entrusted to us, not to criticize from afar, but to love up close and guide toward truth.